Deportiva y con swing.
Deportiva y con swing.
La factoría del deporte desde New York para ti. Es una máquina.
Es una máquina
Pensada para ti.
pensada para ti.
Número uno en las redes, dale like y compartir. Con informaciones importantes siempre frescas.
Y con entrevistas que te ponen de cabeza.
Lo mejor del deporte lo encontrarás aquí.
Búscale en las redes, dale like y compartir.
Suscríbete,
Ay sí,
infórmate.
ok. Dale a la campana para que te llegue.
Everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. We are thrilled and delighted to have the 2021 National League MVP, Bryce Harper, with us on the call tonight. Bryce, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We will jump right into questions, but first, as a reminder, when called on, please state your name and affiliation. And with that, who would like to start us off? Let's go to Matt Breen.
Bryce, congratulations again.
Thanks, Matt.
Jonathan India said when you won that Players' Choice Award last month, he said you were the face of baseball. And I know you've heard people refer to you as that before. What kind of responsibility comes with being a face of baseball, and how much pride do you take in people looking at you that way?
Yeah, I think you said it perfect. A face of baseball. I think there's other guys in the league that do a great job as well. If that's the young guys in the league right now, Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Vladdy, India as well, Rookie of the Year this year. All the young guys that are kind of coming into their own as players right now. It's great to see for the game. You always want to, make sure the game keeps growing in the right direction. I said it a little bit ago to one of my friends. I said, I grew up watching Ken Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter, Cal Ripken, all these guys paved the way for me before I got there. So, being able to be part of kind of that group, getting a little bit older, understanding that I'm getting a little bit older. I know 29 is young, I get it. But in my 10th, 11th year, understanding there's young guys in this game that are going to be playing this game, longer than me, after I'm done, long after I'm done. So making sure it's in the right place when I leave, I think that's one huge thing I want to be able to accomplish. So being able to have fan bases and people love the game, young kids love the game, wanting to play the game, that next generation of kids wanting to play the game is huge for us. And, that's what it's all about.
Thanks, Bryce.
Yeah. Let's go to Scott Lauber of the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Bryce, along the same lines of what Matt asked, when you won that award, that Players' Choice Award, there were a number of players who described you as underrated. I wonder what you think of that description. I mean, can you sort of, given how you came up, Sports Illustrated at 16 and in the big leagues by 19 and all of those things, can you kind of wrap your head around the idea that some of your peers think that you might be underrated at this stage of your career?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Each year coming in, you want to try to get as good as possible. Each year you get into your off season, you get to work. No matter if you're, the highest paid player in the game or the best player in the game, or if you're, not so, paid that much or not so, rated that high. Everybody's mission and everybody's, mentality should be the same, wanting to get better each off season, wanting to try to help your team get to that next level of trying to win a World Series. No matter where you're rated or anything like that, I've never let that kind of ever fuel what I do. I just try to be the best player I can for the Philadelphia Phillies organization and the city of Philadelphia. For my teammates, they know how I am. They are with me every single day. I love the people I'm around each day. The people that I communicate each day with in the Phillies organization. I love being part of it, and being able to have John Middleton take a chance on me to be part of this organization. I owe that all to him. So I try to go into each off season, no matter good year, great year, off year, whatever. Each year, my mentality is the same: trying to get stronger, trying to get better each year to get back to where the Philadelphia Phillies want to be, and that's in a World Series playing deep into October.
What you won the MVP tonight. Zach very, very nearly won the Cy Young yesterday. You talked about Reese earlier tonight. You talked about JT. It's a pretty good core that you guys have kind of at the top of the roster. How important do you think it is that that the organization sort of takes advantage of that, in that, you know, maybe the window is open to win with the group of you 4 or 5, and that they need, you know, that it's important to kind of seize that opportunity?
Yeah, I think from the top down, everybody wants to win. I think that's why John brought in Dombo and Girardi and the guys to kind of lead our pack. Brought in, you know, Zach Wheeler and a couple other guys to be part of that. So everybody knows what, you know, Dombo is going to do. He's going to try to win. He's going to try to put the best team out there that he can. But also, I said at the end of the year as well, you guys remember, you can't just keep going and buying and buying and buying. It's very tough to do that. Of course, everybody talks about Middleton and he's going to do this, he's going to do that, or anything like that. But he's going to let Dombo do his thing, and I think that's great. I think being able to have a guy that lets, you know, our president do kind of, you know, what he feels is best for our team. He's been there, you know, with 3 different teams. He's won it twice with, you know, 2 different teams. You know, from the Marlins to Boston, or Detroit to Boston. He's done so well. So I'm looking forward to kind of see what he does this year. He kind of came out and said, you know, left field, center field are big priorities for us, and of course a closer. I'd imagine if his starter, possibly just because Eflin is not going to be ready. So I'm excited to see what he does. I'm excited to see, you know, what kind of team we do have coming into spring training, and I'm looking forward to that.
Thanks, Bryce. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Let's go to John Clark.
Hey, Bryce, congrats on the award. I'm looking at these names here, 2 MVPs before 29 years of age, which you are now, but I'm looking at the names of DiMaggio and Mantle and Musial and Bonds and these guys. I mean, how special is it, and maybe humbling is it, to have your name now kind of in this rare air in baseball history?
Yeah, I think all those guys that you talked about, they all have World Series as well, and that's the next step. That's the next goal. You want to be in that on that platform with your team and your teammates and do that. I'm definitely humbled to be part of that group right now, but you know, I don't want to just check off the box and say, hey, I'm good. I won an MVP in Philadelphia, and that's it. I want to keep playing. Want to keep doing my thing, playing hard, working hard. Understanding that we need to be a team that comes in each year ready to go and ready to work for October, and that's what we need to do. I'm a long ways away from being what those guys are right now, so I want to keep working. Understand I want to enjoy this, you know, with my family, my friends, my teammates, the organization, but ready to go and get to work when I need to, starting in 2022.
And I'm curious, were you as emotional when you won your first MVP? And how special along with that is it that you've got your kids now that can be there with you for all this?
Yeah, I don't think I was as emotional. I don't think I was in the best mind frame, I guess you could say. When I won my first one, it was kind of just like, hey, you know, I won it and this is great. But this one's a little bit different. Actually, it's a lot different. Being able to have my family, like you said, seeing my son, seeing my daughter, my wife next to my family behind me, you know, being able to be in the city of Philadelphia. I know I talk about Philadelphia a lot, and it's super cliche and stuff, but I love playing there. I love the fans. I love the atmosphere. I love Citizens Bank. I love the good and the bad. It's just, I'm all about it. And I just want to work hard for them. I want to put my best foot forward each night for them. And that's what I want to do. I mean, for the whole organization, for my teammates, for the people around me each and every night. It's just, I love doing that, and it's home.
Thanks, and congrats again.
Thank you.
Todd Zalecki.
Hey, Bryce, what's the day like leading up to this? I mean, I imagine it's pretty nerve-wracking. Like you said, you don't find out until Mike Schmidt announces it on national television.
No, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I started off, I got up normal. I mean, I went and got crew out of the crib and made him breakfast, got him his chocolate milk, so did that. Was just dad this morning, and then got my workout in, did my Pilates at 11 to 12, and then had to go pick up dry clean. Did that, came back, had lunch, and then just kind of, hung out and sat around for a little bit until, it happened. So, I mean, just pretty much a normal day. I was really nervous today, actually. And I don't get nervous too much about any situations or anything, but I was definitely pretty nervous about this one. I think I don't know. I mean, I just think just everything about it. I mean, having my family around, understanding kind of the difficulties we kind of went through this year at the beginning, getting hit in the face and the hand, and going through that emotionally and stuff with my wife and my teammates and things. So, I mean, I think everything kind of coming back, and then, each night, and I play like this each night anyway, you guys know this, but each night knowing that it was kind of, hey, you got to perform each night because we're in this race. And I love that. I love that atmosphere. I love being able to be in that. I love the emotion of that, but also it's pretty much a grind until you get to the end of the year. So just going through all that, I think it was just kind of all those thoughts kind of poured in, and sitting next to my wife who grinded all year for us this year. I mean, she's with 2 kids, under 2. I mean, you guys know how that is. You guys have kids. I mean, it's a battle for our wives. And I was just talking to Franny about this. I look at our beat writers. I look at the people that are on our staff. I look at our organization. I look at my teammates. You guys go through everything that we go through. You guys are away from your families as much as we are. And it's a grind. It's a grind for your wife. It's a grind for your kids. It's a grind not seeing your kids. So you guys understand wholeheartedly what we all go through because you guys are doing the same thing. And I think people forget that we all go through the same thing mentally and physically away from the field because it is a grind. So I think just all those emotions kind of poured in, and, I think that's how, all those tears and things like, those things came out. So.
The crew's probably too young. Well, Brooklyn's definitely too young. Crew's probably too young to realize what happened tonight, right? He just knows Dad's wearing a cool suit and he's on TV probably, or what?
No doubt. I got to do it for him again, hopefully.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Matt Breen.
You said you were nervous, but you didn't dress like you were nervous.
Yeah, I should have wore a hoodie, dang it.
On the last call, you talked about getting hit in the face and the mental state and having to get back to that and get over it mentally. That's something that's not talked about a lot. We talked a lot about, the actual face getting and the wrist. How tough was it mentally to get back in the box, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the initial reaction when I got hit and then hitting the ground, I pressed my face kind of as hard as I could to figure out, like, are the bones still there? Like, am I bleeding or anything like that? And it felt fine. I mean, I was like, okay, well, like, we're going to go check out by the hospital. And if they say I'm good, no concussion or anything like that, then I can get right back and play. And I didn't really let my body kind of evolve and say, okay, well, if the ball hit me, I'm probably gonna be bruised. And then it hit me in the hand, that's probably gonna be bruised. My wrist is probably gonna be sore. I can't really swing a bat, but you guys know how I am. It's just like, let's go get it. I can be back out there for my team. I'm gonna do that. And I took a minute, but I didn't take long enough. And I mentally felt that kind of when I got back in the box. I got that hit against Peterson that first night back to left field, and I got to first base, and Paco looked at me and was like, man, you're crazy. Like, I can't, like, we can't fathom as a team that you're actually going to do this kind of thing. Right. And so I kind of just like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, it's baseball. It's how it is. And then the more I kind of got into it, the more, the wrist wasn't healthy. It wasn't fully healed yet. And then mentally, it was a grind. It was a grind each day getting into the batter's box. And so, I sat down with CC Kraft, our mental strength coach, pretty much, and kind of, let her know how I was feeling and stuff like that. And, we got through it. We started doing some progressions and things that got me feeling better. And I felt good. I was ready to go and ready to get back out there. And that helped me a lot. And then the wrist was fully healed, and I was ready to go. So every year I said this on the thing, on the call, but every year you sit there and you want to be an all-star, you want to win an MVP, you want to go to a World Series and things like that. But, the All-Star break was kind of a blessing in disguise for me. You know, I had the banged up shoulder, I had, you know, my hand, and, you know, got hit in the face, and I was, you know, feeling good at the end, right before the All-Star break, feeling really good. And, you know, of course I was bummed not being able to be an All-Star. But it was the best thing to happen, being able to get away and kind of mentally just get away from it. And then get back to right where I needed to be, craving the game of baseball, knowing that we're in the hunt, knowing that our fans are going to show up, knowing that we have these huge series coming up in the second half, hopefully playing in October, which we weren't able to do. But it was great to be able to get back and ready to go after that.
Does having hurdles and challenges and being able to overcome them, does that make an MVP season more special?
I think everybody goes through that each year. You know, some more than others. Some guys can only play 40, 50 games. Some guys only play 5 games. And then, you know, some guys play 162 and, you know, it's something that you just go through each year. It's a grind. Your body kind of goes through it, and you try to learn how to, you know, maneuver through a season. And you kind of talk to your teammates, you talk to your staff, you talk to your trainers. And like I said, Brad Miller's kind of a hype man for everybody. You guys know that. Him and Archie Bradley, you know, kind of get everybody going each day. But all my teammates were that way with us, you know, this year. Gene Segura was incredible. You know, Brad Miller, JT, Haas. I mean, Haas was hurt pretty much all year. You know, he was grinding all year long, but he was still a great teammate there for us each and every day. You know, so as a team, I think we just, you know, of course we didn't live up to our expectations as a team, as individuals. You know, as players, we wanted to be where the Atlanta Braves are, of course, but we weren't able to do that. And, you know, that was definitely a damper on our season, but I think we fought the best way we could all the way to the end. And, you know, hopefully next year we can do what we need to do.
Thanks again, Bruce.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, guys, we have time for a couple more. Let's go to Howard Eskin and then Chris Murray.
Bryce, first of all, congratulations. Secondly, just let you know, there's no crying in baseball, so you understand that. But how does that emotion hit you? And obviously, you didn't know that was going to happen. And I'm just kind of following up. That emotion, did it come suddenly? Was there a buildup? Were you concerned? I mean, why does it get to that point where you have that kind of emotion when you hear that you're the MVP?
Yeah, I think it's just, like I said, like my family. I mean, really having my family around, having my kids around. Crew was standing kind of right in front of me. And so when they announced it, I saw Crew and I was like, oh man, you know, so he kind of made me cry a little bit. And he was smiling over there, waving at me. And then Brooklyn was standing there too, as my mother-in-law was holding her. And then my wife, you know, sitting next to me. I think just having all my family in there, just that emotion of, you know, seeing them, being grateful for them, and just having their support each night I got home. I mean, I know Crew and Brooklyn are young, but you guys know how it is when you have kids and you get home and they're that age. It's one of the greatest things, you know, having your son or your daughter run over to you and hug you. And so just seeing that and being around that, I think that's where it all came from.
Okay. Again, congratulations.
Thank you, Howard.
First of all, Bryce, congratulations on an incredible year. What was your most memorable aspect of this year? You know, was it just being able to carry a team to almost, you know, winning division, and was that the most memorable thing about this MVP season?
You know, I think just being able to, I think the second half was a lot of fun to be part of. You know, first time in Philly in a while that we were able to kind of get ready for, you know, October baseball. Of course, we weren't able to do that. We didn't, you know, win as many games as we thought we were going to and get into where we wanted to be. But kind of having that feel again, you know, gets you ready for next year. Playing, you know, every single game in the second half. I was really proud of that on the individual note. But having the teammates that I did push me each and every night, knowing that I was kind of, you know, sometimes, hey, I'm going to take a day off here. Or, hey, you know, do you want to take a day off here? And it was like, no, like, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep playing. And knowing that, you know, I was going to do that for my team and be part of that. You know, my teammates pushing me every single day. They do that each and every day for me, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
All right, folks, we're going to end it there. Bryce, congratulations again. And we will see you in Clearwater, hopefully, soon.
Thanks, guys. Hey, I just want to say again, thanks for everything this year, guys. I really appreciate it. It's been, great to talk to you guys, and I really appreciate everything, all the conversations and all the questions as well. So I appreciate it.
Great. Thank you, Bryce. Take care.
Thank you.
Soy Juan Bené. Les invito a que sintonicen la máquina deportiva. No se van a perder ni una en el deporte.